The Bridge by Franz Kafka. I was stiff and cold. I was a bridge. I lay over a deep ravine. My toes were planted on this side, my hands on the other side, biting deep into the ground. I clamped my teeth into the crumbling clay, desperately holding on. The tails of my coat fluttered violently in the wind blowing up from the valley. Far below, the freezing cold river flowed with a fierce sound. No traveler ever wandered up to such a pathless height. This bridge was not yet drawn on any map, so I just waited and waited. Once a bridge is built, it can never cease to be a bridge until it collapses. One day, whether it was evening or morning, I do not know. My thoughts were always vaguely confused. At that moment, I heard the sound of human footsteps, coming closer, coming closer. I stretched my body tight and prepared myself. Come, I will carry you to the other side. I will safely transport this unknown traveler. He arrived, but with the pointed stick in his hand, he poked my body here and there. He carelessly flipped up the hem of my clothes with that stick. And then, of all things, he jumped up and down violently on my back with both feet. A severe pain. I wondered in astonishment what in the world was happening. Who is this man? A child? A sleepwalker? A madman? Or simply a destroyer? Trying to see him, I unconsciously turned my body. A bridge turned around to look back. I fell. In the blink of an eye, I fell headlong. And the very next moment, I was torn apart, crashed into the sharp rocks at the bottom of the valley, and smashed to pieces. The peaceful river water flowed on just as it always had, making its usual sound. Commentary: Kafka's The Bridge. What did you think? That was The Bridge by the master of absurdist literature, Franz Kafka. This bizarre story is not a distant fantasy. It frighteningly and accurately depicts the reality of us working in modern society. Every day at work, we are often treated like a piece of social infrastructure or an emotionless reception desk. Strict corporate hierarchies, endless unreasonable schedules, and clients who make impossible demands. Just as the bridge in the story was poked with a stick and violently trampled upon, we too experience our hearts being trampled in our daily work. But we are not allowed to show our emotions. What if we let our anger or sorrow take over and turn around to look at the other person? What if we explode with emotion as a human being? At that moment, the professional trust we have built up and our company's reputation will instantly collapse. Just as the bridge fell to the bottom of the ravine and shattered to pieces, in modern society, abandoning your assigned role to show your true ego can sometimes mean social ruin. Actually, Franz Kafka himself, who wrote this story, was someone who suffered greatly as a cog in such a society. He was not a full-time writer, but worked as an excellent salaryman at a government insurance institute. Inside a cold, bureaucratic organization, he fought mountains of paperwork every day. Furthermore, at home, he spent his days constantly terrified of his domineering and absolutely powerful father. To him, this unreasonable society and his father were exactly that cruel traveler who trampled on the bridge. Kafka had no choice but to suppress his true emotions and his fierce ego as an artist, living as an emotionless bridge during the day. This short story contains the deep despair of Kafka the salaryman, who had to kill his own emotions just to survive. No matter how unreasonably you are trampled upon, you must never look back. Are you too, right now, desperately playing the role of a bridge over some deep ravine? While being trampled by someone, the peaceful river water flows on just as it always has, making its usual sound, as if nothing happened, even if someone is sacrificed and their heart is broken. How do you interpret this story? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section.